Twisted Stitches. I'm your hostess, Tammy. How's everybody doing? How's my twisted tribe, my fiber friends? I've missed you. I know it's been a week since I've been on here. Busy life, lots of stuff going on, but I have a lot to talk to you about today, and I hope you'll hang out for this podcast number 16. I'm going to start numbering all my videos because I believe this is more of a podcast style. If I do a tutorial or something like that, if I can come up with the way to film a tutorial, which you all know that's not really easy to do. I bow to the Tracy from Crochet Rocks. I bow to the Bag O'Day, who's been doing it forever and ever. You guys, all of you, Happy Berry Crochet. I could go on and on and on, but nevertheless, totally bow to thee because you guys rock. But I do want to talk. I know I'm taking a little bit of too much time. I'm babbling. Sorry, guys. It's been a good week. It really has. Just a quick little update, and we're going to get it done and out of the way. We went for the bone scan last week, and he had like a nuclear bone scan. This is Tom.
His toe thing, and might have had a bone infection. Yada, yada, blah, blah, blah.
So here we go. The results came in that it wasn't in his bone, as far as they can tell by the CAT scan and the nuclear bone scan that they did. They believe right now it is totally just in the tissue and the surrounding stuff that's in the tip of his toe. So as long as he's on antibiotics, oral antibiotics, and he's wearing a weird looking boot to keep the pressure off his feet so he doesn't cause any more irritation or any kind of problems with it. And as long as we go back every week to wound care, we go Thursday, and as long as it doesn't get any worse, he won't have to go on IV antibiotics, and as long as we keep an eye on it and keep it from getting really bad, he won't lose a toe. So there you go. So good news. It's been a little bit stressful over the last few weeks. Just all the running around. Even though we still have running around to do, it's not like every single day. Now it's only more like once a week. That's doable, much more doable. Anyhow, thank you for bearing with me. I know I was a little emotional the last time, and I don't like to be like that. I like to keep everything upbeat and happy, I mean, that's why you're here. You want to have a release and a little bit of entertainment, so.
Here we go.
Some of the things I wanted to talk to you today about is I have one finished object, and I have two other whips that I want to show you, and well, three other whips, and I want to talk to you about the third one, which I'm going to put a little later. First, let's get into some things that have been coming up that I've been seeing other podcasters talking about. Of course, we have Debbie from the Canadian Crocheter. I know a lot of people are making her no-name hat, which that's my finished object that I want to show you. But if you go on Ravelry, she also has a group thing going on. It's called the Block Party Crochet Along, and it's not just for crochet. You can knit. She has where you can make a felted a felted square, things like that. I joined up. I went in and I found her on Ravelry, and I went in and I'm gonna give it a go. It's good until I think it ends March 6th, 2020 at midnight. So we have enough time to come up with. Now, what she wants you to do is not just make a square and go, here's my square. She wants you to make a square and make it into something. You can make it into a small blanket. You can turn it into a small little, like, a purse or a clutch or whatever you can think of. Some people take them and make, what have I seen with granny squares? Of course, I've seen purses and things like that, which is cool. I love the way they look. I don't know what I'm going to make with mine. I'm just going to make some granny squares, and I'll figure it out from there. That's step one, make some granny squares. So there you go. And then from there, we take it, right? So I just wanted to bring that up because I know she was talking that it wasn't moving very well. So hopefully a few of you guys that maybe not have heard about it or just needed reminding that it's out there. And I will try to put the link. I should be able to put the link in the description box for her Ravelry group. I'm on there. My Ravelry name is And I'm a Hooker. Yeah, that's a good one, right? I'll put that link in there too if you want to put me on or anything. I was, okay, so we got that. Sorry, I'm just kind of looking at all my stuff. So in the mail, I got my books, which I love getting, my Hirschner's ad book. And I also got, for the first time, I got my Mary Maxim ads book. And I was looking through, you know, all their yarn deals, and, you know, they have, look at that, the Furls hooks for, I think it says 25% off. I like going on Mary Maxim. They have a lot of unique patterns, a lot of knitted patterns, a lot of crocheted patterns. Some of them aren't just like on Hirschner's, for example. You go on Hirschner's, a lot of their patterns that they put out there, a lot of them are like stuff you could find on Yarnspirations or on Lion Brand, and nothing for nothing. I'm not going to go on Hirschner's and buy a Lion Brand or a Yarnspirations pattern, a kit through Hirschner's, when I can just go on yarnspirations.com, look up the pattern, and it's usually a free pattern, and then just use my own yarn. I mean, that's the way I think a lot of people do it. You know, what's the sense of giving Hirschner's $40 so they can give you some yarn? You could go and find like Karen Simply Soft on sale, and then go on Yarnspirations and get your pattern for free, and there you go. So, but on Mary Maxim, a lot of their patterns are their own, unique to their store, and that's pretty cool. I mean, Hirschner's does have a couple that are unique to their store for their brand of yarns, which, you know, I'm not talking down anybody, I'm just giving everybody ideas. So like if you happen to be on a website and you see, oh, you could buy this kit and it includes the pattern, and if you look deep into it, which I do, I'm one of those people, I investigate a little bit further. For example, there was one that said you can buy this kit to make this blanket for $45 or something like that. Now that's $45 plus if there's, you know, shipping costs and stuff like that. So say you round it off to $50. Then I found out that the only yarn that's in that particular pattern on that blanket was Karen Simply Soft, and it was only like 8 skeins of Simply Soft. And you can go on and find, a lot of times you can find Simply Soft on sale for about $3 a skein. So that's 3 times 8, that's $24. You go out and buy your yarn for $24 on sale somewhere. You get your free pattern at Yarnspirations, and Viola, you have your same exact thing that they had in here. It's just a little way that you could do things. I don't know if everybody goes through that hassle, or if they like having everything just sent to them in one little, here you go, here's your yarn, here's your pattern, here's your cute little kit or whatever. I don't know. But that's how I do it. That's how I get my patterns a lot of times. Oh, have you guys ever, now I know a lot of people are talking about the yarn company Hobbii, Hobbii, and I'll leave a link for Hobbii. If you go on Hobbii, they have tons of free patterns. I mean, tons. And they list like what yarns are used and what weight it is. So, I mean, like you can go and you can find yarns in your yarn stash, and you could probably do the same patterns. One particular pattern that I kind of fell in love with and I want to make is called the licorice blouse, like the candy licorice blouse. And it's using that yarn called hurricane yarn. Rose with Rose Likes Crochet just did an unboxing yesterday or the day before with that hurricane yarn. The particular hurricane yarn that this blouse was made out of is in the colorway Film Noir, Filmnoir. And it is like these gorgeous, like blues, blacks, whites. I don't think gray, but it's like these shades, and it just blends together. And that was one thing I think I'm going to have to go on Hobie in another month or so and get that hurricane yarn, because I've looked online for, you know how you could Google search hurricane cakes, and sometimes they'll have a search that'll say, if you like hurricane cakes, then you'll like this. There was nothing. I found nothing that matched the same criteria for that hurricane yarn or colorway or something like that. So I think I'm going to have to bite the bullet and buy some of those. But for that particular blouse, it only takes 3 cakes. And I didn't look it up, but I do believe the cakes are only $7 or $8, which it's not too bad to make a, you know, a nice blouse that you'd like to make. But go, I'll leave the link for the licorice blouse pattern, which is a free pattern. And if you want to make it, there you go. I was watching Bag O Day do her unboxing for a place called Deal Genius. And I'll leave Deal Genius's link below. And I went on there because I was just curious to see what kind of yarns they had, how much they were charging, yada yada. And Deal Genius is free shipping if you order more than $29, which that's like really easy to order $29 worth of stuff. I mean, I can order $30 worth of stuff like that. So I started looking, and there were a lot of yarns that were really good prices. And guess what? I did buy some. I didn't spend too much, but I did buy enough to get the free shipping. And it's supposed to be here Friday the 31st, which segue into, that's the very last day of my giveaway for my 100 subscriber giveaway. Was it my 100 subscriber giveaway, which is going to be ending on January 31st, and it's a mystery. And when I close it and I do the video picking the name, I'm going to show what's coming to you in that giveaway. And you could probably best believe that some of these yarns that are coming to me on Friday may very well be in the giveaway. So just a little heads up. So if you go and find my giveaway video, I have some instructions. So watch that video if you would.
Please, I'd appreciate it.
I'll leave the link to my video down below. And of course, just like everywhere, it's open to everyone worldwide as long as you are 18 or older, and I will ship to anywhere as long as your country can accept it. Any duties, any taxes, any things like that will be on you. Once I ship it out, it's out of my hands, I'm done. There'll be one name picked for this drawing, and I also decided something, that after this particular one, from now on, I think on occasion, I don't know when, I don't know how, I am going to do kind of like a hidden secret giveaway. Nothing big. I'm talking about maybe a couple of skeins of yarn, or maybe even I might find a way to send out like an e-gift card, or just send you a gift card in the mail for like one of your local yarn stores or Hobby Lobby or whatever. Wherever you're at, I could find out like what kind of places are around you. You know, if you're in the United Kingdom, I can maybe get a gift card for one of your places, or a Visa gift card, whatever, you know, whatever works. But what I want to do though, and this is going to be one of the conditions to it, is I don't want, when I do these giveaways, which I'll talk a little bit more about that when that time comes, but I don't want it like down below. I don't want like, thank you for this giveaway, because if you put thank you for this giveaway, I am going to block your comment. I want it to be like totally only for my subscribers, my loyal viewers that have been here with me. And I appreciate you guys so much. You don't believe how much I appreciate you. But what I want to do is just like have a secret word, but make it where you can easily fit it into the sentence. But there's no thank you for this giveaway. There's no, oh, I hope I win. Good luck, everybody. I just want it to be like, I can put grass and say grass is the giveaway keyword of that time. You could put something like, oh yeah, I was outside mowing the grass and I just noticed that you had the video up, so I wanted to see what was going on. And then just leave it as, oh, I liked your video, or I didn't like your video, but that's how I'm going to do it from now on, unless I have a really big major, like maybe my birthday or something like that, which is coming up in March. So I just wanted to put that out there. Just wanted to blah blah with you guys a little bit, because I've missed blah blahing with people. Nobody around here understands me when I start blah blahing about yarn. My boyfriend goes, and I'm like, are you listening? And he's like, yeah, but I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand what you mean by hooks and needles and casting on and blocking off. And he goes, I don't understand all that. So I can talk to him like this, but he just, it's just right over his head. He don't get it. And there's not a lot of people that do. So I like to blah blah with you guys. I hope that you understand. I hope you can forgive me for being talkative today. I feel in a very good mood, so it's not too late, and I'm hoping to get this video to you guys in the next couple of hours, so that'll be a good one for me. Make my day to have a good video day. It started off a little bit wonky because I had people keep coming to my house. I finally got a chance to videotape while it was still sunlight, and I was like, woohoo, natural light, I don't have to turn on lights. And then my dog started barking, people started coming over, my son came over, the neighbor dog started barking, motorcycles went by. I'm like, really? This is just my luck. But hey, okay, so moving on. So we talked about that. Okay, so let's just get into my one finished object. Like I said, Debbie at the Canadian Crocheter had put that no name hat, her little tutorial, which she did a wonderful job. Just want to show you guys. This is made with the latte cakes. Oh, I forgot to bring it in. This was the blackberry latte cake. This is the striped one that I used in my scarf that I made. See, that's this color here, the lighter colors, and then it changed to darker. See, can you see that? How it got a little bit darker. It wasn't, the purple is its own, that's plum, and that was like gray, whatever. So anyway, so this and this match. This is made with the latte cakes. You can't really see that little pattern that everybody else's comes out on top, but I'm not a hat girl. I'm kind of like, I put on a hat and people are like, no. I can wear like a slouchy hat, but I wanted to make this so if it gets chilly, I have a hat to put on. Now, I don't know. I look a little weird. Sorry, guys. I'm just not a hat girl, but it fits perfectly. This is the latte cakes, which is, it says it's a size 5 yarn, but I think it's more like a size 4 yarn. As a matter of fact, for this scarf, I used a J hook, and I think the recommended hook is a K. I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on that, but I believe they say to use a K hook, but I used a J hook on this, and it came out just fine. And on the pattern, I'm going to take this off, guys. On the pattern that Debbie, when she made hers, she was using a K hook also. I used a J hook and she used a K hook, and we were coming out round for round, measurement for measurement. So if you're a looser crocheter, I guess I'm kind of a looser crocheter, and I don't really know. You might want to switch to like a J hook, or give the K hook a try, but measure it to see where you're at after you do a couple of rounds to see if you're matching up. And also, what I did at the end, when I started the very first, I did 3 rounds of the half double crochet at the very end here. Oops, sorry guys. You can't barely see it with this. So I did 3 rounds, and the very first round, I decreased every, I don't know, like every 8th stitch or so, I did a decrease. Then the second round, I didn't decrease at all. And when I put it on, it still felt a little bit too loose for me. So on the very last row, I really decreased. I did like every 4th stitch, I decreased. And I guess with this yarn, it's kind of stretchy yarn. It worked out really well. There we go. I kind of like it like that too. Kind of like it kind of rolled up like that. It's neat. It's kind of cute. I don't know. I'm kind of like a hat wearer. I used to like to wear my hats when I was younger. I used to like to wear them like this. I'm sure it didn't do me much good in New Jersey in the cold, but I used to like to wear my hats back like this because I never wanted, I used to have, you know, the feathered hair and you wanted your little feathers to stick out so you looked like a Charlie's Angels. Yeah, I looked like a Charlie's Angel for sure, for sure. 3 of them put together or rolled into one, maybe. Oh, Lord. So that is my finished object. And what I've decided to is I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to start placing progress keepers in my whips, especially because I'm working on, this particular whip is a blanket. So, and I'm not sure how big I'm going to make it. So hold on a second, getting it. And I'm making this with the Wool Ease. And this color is called Purple Martin. And this is the one that I showed you in the unboxing that I got at the store Ollie's. They had these Wool Eases on sale for $1.99 a skein. And I picked up 15 of these with the purple in it. And I picked up 15 of one called Raven, which where the purple is, it's like black. It's the same gray, and then it has black streaks everywhere. So anyway, I decided to make a nice chunky blanket, nice warm blanket for myself. And this is the width. As you can see, it'll go around me. So when I'm sleeping, I'll have it to be able to go around me, like no matter how I turn. It is super squishy. I love that I don't think I'm going to need to put edging on here. Can you see that? Can you see how that is? Oh, the neighbor's dog is barking. I hope you guys can't hear that. I'm sorry. I really like the way this looks. I'm doing this using the wattle stitch. And that's where you, I didn't look up the chain count, but you chain so many, I think in multiples of 3. I would have to look it up again, you know, what are the wattle stitch chain count. And then you just do single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. And then I think the bottom one, I think it was single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, skip 1 or 2, single crochet, blah, blah, blah. And then when you come back, it's only a 1 row, well, it's a 2 row, but it's a 1 row repeat. Once you do the setup row, which is very easy to do, you just, after you flip it and turn it, it is simply right here in between your chain 1 space here, right there, and in between your double and your single, you go in, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, move over to your next chain 1 space from below, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all in the same space, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet, and that's the wattle stitch. It is super easy. You can do this with your eyes closed. You can feel where it goes, because like right here, it might look like, oh, you could put something in there, but that's, if you try to stick your finger in there, it's tight and it's hard to open up the space. But if you do it right here, you have plenty of space. See, watch. Right there, plenty of space. Right there, plenty of space. Ta-da, right there, plenty of space. So it's very easy to find. You can do this while you're watching a TV, watching a movie. So this is what I've been working on, and I'm going to put a progress keeper right here in the middle so we can figure out where I was the last time I came on and show you how much I got done. I just work on this a couple hours at night here and there. My other work in progress that I usually work on while I'm out and about, appointments and things like that. This is the yarn Super Saver in the color Latte Stripes. This is the skein of yarn that Neva at Manic Mama Creations No Idle Hands sent me during Christmas time, and I told her that I loved it and I'm going to make a backpack purse out of it. And here is the progress so far on that. I'm making it using the alpine stitch, which when I looked up the alpine stitch on Google, it said that there were no set number of chains that you had to use. So I just went and made myself a rectangle bottom, because if you look, this is the backpack purse thing that I have right now. This I got for free at a bike show. I won it in a raffle. So, but it's nice because this fits easily in my saddlebags. And it's kind of like, you could kind of go like this and get it in there, you know, and you have that. So when I wanted to design this, I wanted it to be similar. See, the bottom is just the same. And I'm going to, I already started decreasing a little bit on the last 2 rounds. And I'm just going to bring it up just like my backpack purse and have it come to, I can't hold this into the shaping, kind of come to like this, and then finish it off. And I'm going to probably do a flap over front with, I have one of those magnetic snaps that you just push on and then you just like that and it snaps and it'll hold everything in place. And it's coming out really cute. And I'm going to put a progress keeper right here so we can figure out where I was on this video to the next one. So that is my other work in progress. Now I have another work in progress and I need some of my knitters out there, knitters help. This was a leftover yarn from my daughter's blanket that I made her like 20 years ago. And this was just a super saver. I don't remember what it was called. I don't have the sleeve for it anymore. But when she picked this out, and when she picked this out, I was like, you really, really, really want that? And she's like, yes, I like it. And actually it worked up really nice. I had done the wavy shell stitch for her blanket, and I did like a shell border and everything, and it came out really cute. I was surprised. So anyway, that's what I use when I just want to mess around with something. So this is my mess around. Now I told you that I had been practicing knitting, but every time I was practicing knitting, the way I had learned was through a Marley Bird video tutorial where she was teaching her mom how to do it, and it was like, you know, learn how to knit. And she was doing it, she was teaching everybody the English throwing style, and I just had such problems trying to use my right hand to, you know, mess with my yarn. I couldn't hold it right. I couldn't get attention on it. And I kept going, I need to find someone who continental knits and watch like a tutorial of somebody truly continental knitting. I had looked for a while on YouTube. It was like, it seemed like I was having a hard time finding anything. And then finally, and I forgot to write down her name, but I'll leave a link in the description box. She doesn't really have tutorial for how to continental knit per se, but she has, like, she does swatches and teaches you different knitting stitches, and they're like beginner easy knit patterns that you can do, and this is how you do them. She does like little swatches, and she continental knits, and she does it where if I slow it down to like 0.25, I go up in the little corner and I hit the speed of the playback and I hit at 0.25, and I just don't listen to it. I turn it down the volume because I can't listen to somebody choking like that. Anyway, I can't listen to somebody doing that. It drives me nuts. It's like, oh, I start getting panicky, like, stop. So I turn down the volume. There's just, you know, a little clue out there if you guys need to. I turned down the volume so I don't hear it, but I watched her, and if you slowed it down, the way she was holding her work, I could watch her knit in her continental style and the way she was picking and doing it. And I started practicing her style, and I was able to get it. Now, no laughing. I started out of course, with just the garter stitch here. And of course, for me, even when I was English style throwing it, I was able to do a garter stitch with no problems at all. And then I went down, I started the stockinette stitch where you do your knit one row, purl one row. Well, actually, I was knitting one row and knit both ends, even on the purl side. And then I purled the back, and then I knit the edges because I heard that that makes it less, less curling up. And then my bind off right here, I don't know if I did that really well. I did a knit bind off where you knit the stitch and then bind off, knit the stitch and bind off. I don't know exactly what I'm doing. I'm not 100% really good at it, but I have a couple wonkies, as you can see. Some of it's not so great. I messed up here. I don't know if I dropped it. I don't know if I slipped or what. But then towards the bottom here, I started really getting my groove on. So that's what I've been practicing. It does take me a little bit, but I've been working on it really well. So I got really, really excited, and I'm like, ooh, I think seeing I can knit, you know, just do the knit stitch, I can do a hat. I can do 2x2 ribbing, which I have a pattern on Ravelry. Ross, the Smell Great guy, has his Ross hat for free on Ravelry, which I'll leave that link down below too if you want it. And he does a, was it knit 3, purl 2 for the brim, and I was just going to do a knit 2, purl 2 brim for like 1.5 inches, and then do the stockinette around in the round. But what had happened was, and I didn't think about it, these are my circulars. These are the only pair of circulars that I have. I have one pair of straight needles that are like it's like a pair of old boy size 9 straight needles, or size 30. They're really thick and they're really big and long. And so I have one pair of those straight needles. And then I bought these about 1.5 years ago. These are 6mm, which is like a J size hook in crochet. These were Susan Bates circulars that I just picked up at like Joann's or something for like $4 or $5 and so I went and cast on 80 stitches like the pattern called for. And then I realized that my cord was too long. So when Ross was describing his hat in one of his videos, he said, oh, you could do it with DPNs, the double pointed needles, which I don't think I can do that. I really don't think I can manage that. Not yet. You know, that'll take a little while. Or maybe you could do the magic loop. So I looked on YouTube how to do the magic loop, and essentially you put your stitches on, you cut your work in half, and then you pull this through, and then you have half your work on one side and half your work on the other side, but it's still joined. It's just kind of separated apart here, like where the cable's pulled through. I tried so hard, and I just could not do it. I was like, nope, this isn't going to work. So I started going online. I researched, I watched Debbie at the Canadian Crocheter. She had done an unboxing for interchangeable needles. I had seen that Greg at Fiber Spider had a couple of different interchangeable knitting needles that he had. I went online and typed in the best knitting needles, interchangeables. I asked Dee from Granny D what she used, and she gave me her advice. And basically what I'm doing is I'm looking for, I think I want to get the set of interchangeables that have the smaller, this part is smaller, like it's not as long. They're like a shorts, I think they're called. They're the short version, or maybe a set of both, you know, like a set of regular ones with cables and a set of shorts with cables. But I want to get cables that are also like a small cable, like maybe one that's with the knitting needles 8 inches. Maybe I could have a set that has an 8-inch size, 12, 16, and then a couple of the larger sizes, or 2 sets that there would be enough different cords, or I don't even know, can I buy the cords separate? Can you just purchase different cords? But the reason why I'm asking for help from you guys is because, like with the crochet hooks, there was a lot of trial and error, but they weren't real expensive. I bought most of my crochet hooks for less than $20. These suckers, like I looked at the Clover, what were they called? Clover, I think I wrote them down. I might not have that with me. Clover, what are they, Takumis or something like that? I looked at the Chia Goos, the Addy Clicks. Basically, they're all close to $100 or over $100 for a set. And they are like, say, size 2 millimeter to, I'm just going to throw it out there, like 10 millimeter or something like that. So you don't even get like even the big ones, the big ones. I had seen a set of, I think they were Knit Picks, and they were on Amazon, and they had a set of the shorts and a set of the longs with the cables for, one was $44 and change, and then another one was like $50 and change. So I figured maybe I could get the two and I would have what I wanted for about $100. And then, I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to be knitting. So I do know I am really practicing my continental knitting, and I will be showing some more work, not just swatches, but I will be doing more swatches. But with these here, I tried knitting with kind of a like Karen Simply Soft, where it was real splitty, and right here it was catching really bad, and it was fraying my yarn really badly. So the only thing I'm going to be working with these is like the Super Saver. It worked great with the Super Saver yarn, something that's like tough and it can handle it. So anyway, that is what I had to talk about, guys. That was it. So if you guys that are knitters out there, or you know somebody who knits, please find out and tell me what I can do, what is going to be the best bet for knitting needles. Because once I purchase like $100 worth of knitting needles, I can't purchase anymore for a little while, because we're getting a little bit expensive. But I really want to start working on some hats and stuff. So please leave in the comments some suggestions. I would appreciate it very much. And I will also be bugging some of my knitters. I know Chevy Rel with the Chevy Rel podcast, Debbie the Canadian Crocheter. I know who else knits. I think someone that I know, Bridget, Queen of something, also knits. So, oh, and Linnea with the Crafting Trooper, she knits also. So I'm going to ask them like personally, like via like Messenger or something like that, or through email. But I'm super stoked, because I was so excited when I finally got it, when I finally held the yarn and I wasn't losing my stitches and I wasn't dropping my work and everything was going smoothly, and my stitches, my little swatch came out pretty even. It wasn't all wonky like all my other swatches when I was doing the English throwing was coming out like super wonky. And I am in super excited mode. I'm like in manic mode right now, because I want to start knitting so bad. And then I want to start showing some of my things and put progress keepers. And yeah, that's what I've got. That's what I've got to talk about. So, oh God, guys, thank you for bearing with me and putting up with me for this long butt video. I will be back probably on Friday late, because usually my mail gets to me late, or I'll post it on Saturday morning. But I also have to do a quick, close down the video for the giveaway. So don't forget the giveaway. Go in and check that out. Like I said, this is podcast number 16. I am going to number them from now on. There's a new girl out there. There's a lot of new crocheters out there, but I look at also the knitting podcast, because I enjoy what they do. And there's a new girl, and she's like 16 years old, and I think her podcast is called the Ruby Rose podcast. I'll leave a link to her down below. My God, this girl is 16. She's like, I think she says she's self-taught crochet. She started with crocheting and then she went into knitting, and she loves knitting. And then she dyes her yarns and she spins her yarns, and she does like whole hell a lot of stuff. I mean, 100% ups to this girl who does, oh my God. I even went on her Etsy shop just to see. Oh my God. She blows us old folks away, like unbelievable. So you might want to just go give her a look. She's got a great little podcast. She's a good little talker. She does a really good job. So anyway, thank you so much. Thanks to all my new people out there. I appreciate you. Thanks to my OGs. Thank you for returning. You all have a blessed, wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you very, very soon. Bye.